I am telling you this now. Whatever you do, don't look under the bed. You might not like what you see. It was an old house with peeling paint and overgrown ivy choking the life out of it. The moment the taxi pulled up, my skin crawled. I turned to the driver and asked him to wait while I checked inside. It felt wrong to leave the door open like that with who knows what lurking in the shadows within. "Miss, are you sure you want to go in there? It's getting dark, and I really do even want to be stuck in this creepy town when the sun goes down." The driver called out, his voice echoing in the sudden quiet as he switched off the engine. Yes, just wait here for me and I'll be out in 5 minutes." I shouted back, grabbing my bag and racing up the creaking steps before he could reconsider and drive off. The moment I pushed open the door, it screamed in protest as if warning me that I wasn't welcome here. But I ignored its agony and stepped into the pitch-black hall. "Hello? Is anyone home?" I called out, my voice trembling slightly. There was no reply, only the distant hoot of an owl and the rustle of unseen creatures in the walls. My flashlight flickered to life, cutting through the darkness and revealing a long, narrow hall. Cobwebs brushed against my face as I made my way deeper into the house, the floorboards groaning under my weight. At the end of the hall, I could see a pair of double doors with peeling paint and tarnished brass handles. My bedroom. But as I approached, something in the corner of my eye caught my attention. A faint glow emanated from beneath the bed, and it was then that I heard a whisper so soft I almost dismissed it as a trick of the wind. "Don't look under the bed." I froze. Was someone there? I shone my light around the room, but there was nothing there. Nothing except the faint glow under the bed, which seemed to beckon me closer. Curiosity overwhelmed my fear, and I found myself kneeling by the bed, my hand hovering over the darkness below. And then I saw it. A small, intricately carved wooden box with a silver clasp. As I reached for it, the whisper came again, this time laced with urgency. "Don't open it." Ignoring the warning, I lifted the lid, and a wave of cold air washed over me. Inside, nestled on a bed of velvet, lay a silver locket. I hesitated, torn between a sudden surge of foreboding and an overwhelming urge to know what lay within. And so I opened it. The locket was empty, containing no photograph or secret message as I had expected. Instead, there was a tiny keyhole in the center, and as I stared at it, the whisper echoed in my mind. "Don't put the key in." But curiosity had taken hold, and I knew I would unrest until I had explored every nook and cranny of this old house. The keyhole was too small for any key I had with me, but I knew there had to be a lock somewhere that would fit. As I searched, I noticed a strange symbol engraved around the keyhole, a spiral with 6 points, almost like a distorted star. It seemed familiar, but I couldn't place it. In the corner of the room, I found a dusty wardrobe, its surface covered in cobwebs. As I pushed it open, the smell of mildew and mothballs filled my nostrils. Hanging inside was a long, flowing black coat, and as I reached for it, my fingers brushed against something hard. It was a key, tarnished and old, but the moment I turned it over, I knew it was the one I had been searching for. The same spiral design was etched into its head. I inserted the key into the locket and turned it. A click echoed in the silence, and the bottom of the locket popped open, revealing a tiny compartment. Inside lay a folded piece of paper. I unfolded it carefully, and my heart skipped a beat. The paper contained a map of the house, but marked with strange symbols. Most were indecipherable, but one stood out, a circle with a cross through it, indicating a grave.
Ass.
As I stared at the map, the whisper grew louder, pleading, begging me to stop. But my determination had solidified into a desperate need to uncover the truth of this house and its secrets. Following the map, I found myself in the garden, the overgrown weeds concealing what lay beneath. Using the shovel I had brought with me, I began digging, the earth yielding easily to my efforts. And then, suddenly, my shovel struck something hard. I brushed away the dirt to reveal a wooden box, identical to the one I had found in the bedroom. With trembling hands, I pried open the lid and discovered another silver locket. And as I opened it, the whisper, now a terrifying scream, filled my ears. "Stop, I beg of you, stop." But it was too late. The moment the locket opened, the ground began to shake, and the old house groaned as if in pain. The trees swayed violently, their branches clawing at the sky. The wind picked up, swirling around me in a frenzy. Then, as quickly as it had started, it stopped. The house stood silent once more, the only sound the pounding of my heart. But that's not the worst part. You see, when I looked down at the locket, I realized with a growing sense of dread that it was exactly the same as the one I had found in the bedroom, except now it was empty, devoid of the map that had led me to this point. And then I noticed something else. The whisper was gone, replaced by an unsettling silence. Panic surged through me as I realized the full extent of my folly. In my relentless pursuit of knowledge, I had disturbed something ancient and powerful, something that had slumbered beneath this house for centuries, undisturbed, content in its eternal rest. I had awakened it. Now, as the old house creaked around me, I knew I had to escape. I ran, stumbling over the gnarled roots that protruded from the ground, desperate to reach the safety of the road. But it was too late. The presence I had unleashed was moving. I could feel its eyes upon me, heavy with malice and age. As I burst out onto the road, I turned to look back at the house, expecting to see the darkness that had engulfed it before now. But instead, the house was gone. In its place was a dense copse of trees, their branches intertwined, forming a wall that blocked the road ahead. I turned back, my heart pounding in my chest, and found the taxi waiting where we had left it, the engine still running. Without a word, I slid into the back seat, and we sped away from that cursed house. But as the days passed, the memory of the house and its secrets refused to fade. The warning echoed in my dreams, and I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was being watched. Then one night, as I tossed and turned in my bed, unable to sleep, I remembered the map. I had found the one in the locket. What if it wasn't a map of the garden, but of the house itself? What if the grave wasn't in the garden, but within the house? I got out of bed and went to find the map, my heart sinking as I realized it was nowhere to be found. I searched everywhere, but it was gone, vanished without a trace. Then I remembered the wardrobe, the one with the key. I rushed to it and flung open the doors, my eyes scanning the shelves. And there it was, tucked behind a pile of moth-eaten coats. With shaking hands, I pulled out the map, its creases soft from years of folding. Unfurling it, I saw that I had been right. This wasn't a map of the garden, but of the house. And there it was, the symbol for a grave, marking the spot directly beneath my bedroom. As I stared at the map, the reality of my situation crashed down on me. I had unwittingly opened a door that should have remained closed, a door that had kept humanity safe for centuries. And now whatever ancient evil I had unleashed was coming for me. And that is why I'm telling you this. Whatever you do, don't look under the bed. You might not like what you see. Or maybe you will, and get the chance to look at all, because whatever you unleash will be coming for you. And there is nothing worse than that.